And it's the Grizzlies with the ball. And Udrih kicks to Adams. He dishes it to Koufos. Lure inside. Can't get it to go. So Alba will take it the other way.
And Steve, not only is their lead big, but their advantage on the boards is huge too.
Yeah, well deserved. I mean, they have worked their tails off on the glass.
Here's Udrih. The feed to Koufos. And the whistle blows. He decides to foul intentionally for some reason. Odd.
I'm not sure why you would foul right there, Kevin. That's obviously not the smart thing to do, so a mistake there.
Now Udrih. Outside, Green. 5 on the clock. Udrih, the pass to Lure. It's hauled in by Alba. Pushing it up. Here's Wolfert, and he lays that one in.
Fast break points really in their favor, guys, because they're pushing the tempo.
And defensively, Steve, you got to have better floor balance and commitment to getting back. I mean, you've got to sprint back. You can't be in a home run trot. You can't be jogging. You've got to sprint back with a purpose. Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
Just over a minute played here in the fourth. Here's Vargas. Another three for Alba.
Solid work right there. And again, the field goal percentages. Look at the discrepancy between these two teams in the second half.
Well, you're right. We've got one team moving crisply to get good shots and the other team just a bit stagnant.
Udrih dishes to Koufos. Green kicks to Udrih.
You know, guys, every coach would love to play his star player every minute of an NBA season, but it's impossible given the limits of endurance and the risk of injury. It's basically a balancing act. I think teams are becoming wiser, though, in terms of keeping players fresh and helping them recover between games.
And he gets it to go.
Boy, they've looked good in the open floor today. That's had a lot to do with their success.
Well, they've been doing the right thing, Steve. Anytime they've had numbers, they've gone straight up court with it right away. Boom.
Back to Adams. Shot clock at 6. Can they get it? It's hauled in by Alba.
And looking at player recovery, now with the ability to track player movement, either with cameras or even sensors that players can wear, teams are better able to measure the workload of players, helping them make decisions about where rest is needed and when it's needed, and even help them predict when there's a risk of injury, and that's really the golden bullet. And again, another example of information being used to enhance player performance.
Out of bounds, Alba takes possession.
I tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
Kings check in for Alba.
Alex King.
Now Alba with it. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets. And guys, across sports, the key to winning is keeping your star players available.
Well, teams are learning a lot from player tracking. You know, for one, morning shoot-arounds may be more draining than we realized, so some teams are cutting those down. And also, athletes do better with frequent short rests, so subbing often can leave players with more energy in crunch time.
King with the steal. Here's Wolfert, and he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
Wow, what an incredible run they're on. This is as good an offense as you will see.
Well, every single guy on the floor right now just feeling it.
That's good.
That lead pass allowed him to get straight to the hoop without losing any momentum.
Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Another three for Alba.
Wow, this fourth quarter has just been tremendous for them from deep.
Yeah, they're locked in and putting up a ton of points from outside.
Now here's Adams. He's tightly guarded. And Udrih kicks to Adams. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Now Alba with it. Huge run right now for him. Going 19-2. To the paint. Here's Redding. Here's King. Again, Alba.
Well, that puts the nail in the coffin.
A clinic in terms of how to play with the lead right there.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
And Udrich kicks to Lure.
For a long time now, the Western Conference has been the deeper conference as the top 5 or 6 teams of legitimate title hopes. But last year for the East, it was especially down, and it was really viewed as a 2-team conference.
Both teams will make substitutions. Here's Volfart. Bangs home the trifecta. The two teams out east that people were talking about, of course, were the Miami Heat and the Indiana Pacers, but it was so bad where teams out west were joking, Clark, about how they could get moved to the Eastern Conference because they'd fare better.
Well, yeah, the Blazers media team joked about that at the expense of the Eastern Conference, but they did have a bit of a point. A lot of very good teams out west, no denying that, who did make the playoffs and could have not only been playoff teams in the East, but maybe would have been able to grab a home court advantage. I think the Suns at 48 wins would have probably been a top 4 seed in the East.
And that assist earned him a little nod from his teammate after the basket.
Shoots the 3. King, that's good. King's got 27.
The three-pointer has been his best weapon here today, no question.
The D has been all mixed up, confused, bamboozled, allowing him way too much space.
Udrich, the pass to Green. Kicks to Udrich. Memphis moving that ball around. 6 on the shot clock. To halt the run. The shot, no good. So Alba will take it the other way. Gets to the rim for 2 with the D all over him.
And they're not finished yet. They're going to make sure about this win.
Yeah, that's how you close out a game, Steve.
Carter left side. Carter left side. Takes the 3. And another miss by Memphis. Here's Volfart. Kufis with the block. And here's Carter. Off the mark. So Alba wins it. Some days, Clark, everything goes right for a team, and they just had one of those games.
Yeah, it certainly was. I mean, these guys played a great all-around basketball game here.
Well, that'll do it for us. For Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, Kevin Harlan saying so long. And as we end the game, we bring you our Jordan Player of the Game.